here's my bucket garden. This is just one. I'm getting ready to make two more of them because they've worked out so well. And I want to show you guys how I made this bucket garden. So, go in the garage. I'll have a cut list, a list of all the supplies and everything that you need. So, this is how it turns out. It turns out really cool. There's holes in the bottom of the bucket that drains out. But this is how they turn out. Let's go show you how it's built. So now that I showed you what we're going to build, I want to go through the cut list and the tools involved. All right. So I'm using, I'm going to use this miter saw since I've got it set up already. But these, like here's a cordless circular saw, or any circular saw will work just fine to cut your boards. We're only making straight cuts. This is super easy, folks. We're using timber. All we're using is 2x4s. These are 2x4 by 96 inches, right? So 8 foot long. And they were like little over $3, all right, at Lowe's. So you can get them pretty cheap. And then here's a drill. Use a cordless drill. I like DeWalt tools. You can use whatever tools you want. And I'll put links to all these in the description below. We're going to need this Torx bit. This is a T25 Torx bit that goes to these screws. It actually comes with the bit in the box. These are number 10, 2.5 inch with the Torx head on them. And they have, they're no drill, so they're kind of self-tapping or whatever in the wood. They're not supposed to split the wood as bad. They do a little bit from time to time, but not as bad. Use a speed square, carpenter square. Use a pencil. You're going to need a good tape measure. I am really fond of this tape measure. It's got the locking portion there. I'll put a link to this in the description too. This is just a 16 footer, but it's, you can lock it like a normal tape measure, but it also has this cutout down here so you can just put your finger down there and grab it, all right, and stop it. That's really handy. I like that. And then some good leather gloves, safety glasses, of course, and earplugs if you need them for when you're cutting. It's not going to be very much cutting. So anyway, let's get to work. I'm going to measure out here's our cut list. I'm going to I'll put this cut list in the description as well, so it'll be easy to see. So we need 2 boards that are 6 foot long, 1 board that is 69 inches long, 2 boards 63.5 inches, and then 8 boards that are 24 inches. So that's what we're going to cut. I'm going to get them cut out, get them stacked up, and we'll get this thing put together. So we need 1, 6 foot. The good thing about these being 8 foot boards is that now I've got 2 foot left over for my legs and cross members. So super simple there. I'm going to get these boards cut out, we'll get them stacked up, and we'll get going. All right, you're going to set up a box with your 2 6-footers on the outside of a 2-footer at each end. Okay, we're going to drill that in place.
Dad, look, I made the Lord's Last Supper thing.
Awesome. Don't worry about squaring it up, it'll square up naturally. piece that's 63 and a half inches. We'll go right in between there. There you go. And so you're gonna want that. You're gonna have buckets on either side, all right? So you wanna be sure, here's the buckets I use. So you just wanna be sure that you've got enough space in each side. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in place. This is not about perfection, folks. It's about functionality. Alright, got that. So we got one screw in each spot. We'll go through and put 2 screws in each spot. Then I'm going to build up my legs. My legs are actually going to go inside there like that. Alright, that's how my legs are going to go. Inside there like that.
Daddy, I need the Lord's Last Supper.
I'll do the same thing on that end. Alright, now I've got some space there. And what I want is my next row to be 11 inches from the bottom there. So let me get my, so what you'll see is that a bucket, this bucket, I want it to be sticking up above the top about 11 inches. I want to give myself an inch leeway. When it's sitting down in there, it's only sitting down in there about that deep. This part will be sticking up above those boards. Remember, we're building this upside down. So I want to go 11 inches. You could go 12 inches if you wanted to. I'm going to go 11. So, my marks made, I'm going to fit these boards on there. boards that are 63.5 inches. They should fit in between here a little tight.
For my stick.
So they essentially hold themselves up while you're drilling them in, which is nice. That's kind of the way I've got it designed. Put a little bit of torque on there. All right. And you just want, these are going to hold the bottom of your bucket. Okay, the bottom of your bucket's going to sit on these. So, there's those. I'll put a screw in each end. You want it to be somewhat in the middle. There's that. Guys, as long as that took, you see it took 15, 20 minutes maybe. And I need to go back and double screw all these. But I'll do that. I've got it turned over. You now have a raised bed that will hold. Go back and re-drill. You'll see here in a minute. I'll go ahead and do it. See, it won't really even fit in there on top. It fits in there on the bottom. Nice and snug. This thing can hold 10 buckets. Put your bucket in there, fill it with soil, put your plants in there. Done deal. Pretty simple.
Daddy?
What? What you do is get your bucket, drill. I'm going to drill 8 holes here. Okay, I don't even remember what size. 11/64. It doesn't matter what size bit you use, whatever size you think will work best. So I'm going to drill 8 holes. That will allow it to drain the water out, excess water. So when you're done there, you can put all your buckets in the frame, and then you see the holes down the bottom of the bucket. All right, and then you can fill them up. I made 2 frames here. You can fill them up with dirt and plant them, and then eventually you'll end up with the whole bucket garden. It's a pretty cool deal. Actually, my daughters enjoyed. They helped drill some of the holes in the bottom of the bucket. They're 3 and 6 years old, so they've helped with this project, help advise. So it's a fun deal. It's kid friendly. Plus, when you come up to weed, you know it's about thigh high, a little above the knee. So there's not much bending over involved to keep this thing free of weeds. And when it comes harvest time, it's not much bending over involved either. And especially like if you had potatoes or onions, you could just dump the bucket out and collect all that stuff freely off the ground then. So these are very user friendly and not too expensive. So I hope that helps somebody out.